Hey, it's Edge here. Today we are taking a look at technical analysis for DXY, or the US dollar currency index. I'll cover wave analysis with the Elliott Wave theory and provide target and invalidation levels for the presented counts. So let's get going. Again, starting from a weekly time frame, we can see some kind of not divergence, but a trend line here on RSI that has not been broken yet. So even though we have been correcting here, we have not broken this trend line yet, and I'm still looking into this, that we are just possibly correcting a bit and then continuing upwards. I have a count that ends here as well as an alternate, but again we'll see which one of them comes true in the end. So this one was the one that I presented last time, saying that this was 1, 2, 3 was to come later. We're almost at that target of 3.618 extension. It's extending really a lot. Currently here we were created the wave 4 of intermediate, and after that we were creating 1, 2, 3 third of the minor, and within that we would have a third of minute completed up here, looking for fourth and then fifth. At the moment we do have a divergence here that is expected of the third or between the third and fifth, and do have a nice 1.618 extension for the third here of this minute degree. Now we are coming quite close already, or quite deep for this correction, which is definitely not supporting this count too much. We wouldn't like to see the previous fourth wave of the third wave broken down here like we have, and we even back tested it basically here. Check out on lower time frame. So basically right here we back tested that level, making this a bit more bearish overall at least. Now we did some kind of pump here, small pump yesterday, but we'll see if that brings anything out of it. Again, this count is a bit worse now, as we have already retraced so much here, but it's still not invalid. Invalidation is all the way down here. Where do I have the wave 1 ending? I've labeled it here. Let's just have it there. And invalidation and color. There we go. So yeah, this is still in play. Other option was that we had a wave 3 of minor ending here, looking for wave 4. Same with that one, we already gone past the 0.5 retracement of this third wave, so which makes this less likely. It is not again invalid, but there you go. Now I had another thing created just in case we get through those invalidation levels. I had another thought about this, and could have this 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 into the third already completed. At that point we would have lower targets for the third wave, of which we do have the fourth wave all the way down here, and that would be again around the 0.5. So this does not really line up too well. We could I guess have the third wave and fourth wave up here as well, if we can make a count for it. But to me this looks like 1, 2, 3, 4 better than extending this last leg somehow up to here. To me this looks like 3 waves then. But yeah, there is possibility that this has ended here, this third wave, and again we would be looking for some kind of 3-way move here for the wave 4. Now let's jump into the local price action, see what has been happening. So I relabeled this a bit. Currently I'm having this as 1, 2, third here around 2.618 extension of the first one, then a retracement for the fourth wave, and now extended fifth here, completing a possibility of a wave, or of course it is possible for this to be a 1 if something larger did actually complete up here. So I'm just going to be labeling this as a for now. If we are going to get really really much of retracement of the trendy move upwards, then we're going to be looking into that option later. But at the moment I just don't see that. Now the fifth wave ended here. Not much of extension wise, or Fibonacci extensions wise, didn't line up too well, so that is making this count not as solid, I don't think. I still like this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 instead of anything else, an extended fifth into A wave, and now we would be looking for ABC for the B wave of this minute degree. And of course then we would be looking for 5 ways down as well for the C, connecting this leg here for the B and then downwards. Now I have some targets basically for wave B time wise here around 31st of May, but again that can come up all the way down way further, as time analysis is difficult. Also it is just possible that this is the first 3-way move here, and then we would have another 3-way move and then another 3-way move, right? So that is one way to waste time here, just keeping us basically in a range and within these 3-way moves. But if this is the case here for the C wave, we would be looking for a 5-way structure, and just by looking at really small time frame, I'm not really sure if we can find a good looking 5-way structure here. It is so overlapping that I'm not sure what this is actually. Now we are really on a high area on RSI already here, so we could be expecting some kind of dump here before heading up higher. As we are expecting the 5 waves, we would be expecting some kind of wave 2 here as well anyway, and then we were looking for higher targets. Now, did we have some other options here? Yeah, there's so many ways you can interpret this. We do have very well okay-ish, I guess, RSI divergence here. We are measuring again from the end of the 3 to the end of the 5. So this low here to this low here, there is a slight divergence there, not much. Again, better divergence on the last legs here for the 5th, and yeah, even this larger leg here definitely has some divergence. So there is some signs that something actually ended here for sure. And yeah, that is pretty much it. Currently there is no divergence yet here on the last bit here, but we could be seeing a divergence here on the between A and C. That is not really uncommon either. A did really get really far up here on the RSI scale. 1 hour was around 70, so we could be looking at divergence between the A and C at the end of it. But before, again, we would be looking the 5 ways. Yeah, that's pretty much the only scenario that I see possible at the moment. Of course, there's variations and other possibilities, but this is the most likely to me at this very moment. I have a link in my description of the video to my Discord. If you want to join, we can be sharing some views on different assets there if you would like to join that. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully see you on the next video as well. Bye bye.